So second mission of India is Mars Orbiter mission. Now, orbiter. You know what is orbiter? Collection of scientific instruments placed in the orbit where the study is performed. Is clear? So, point number 1. Study related to Mars. Mars is of more and more interest of human being, as Mars is said to be second most habitable planet we can make after Earth. So great interest, science and technology, more importantly space technology, is taking to the study of Mars. Is clear? So any Mars mission objective is to find the possibility of life. Is clear? Possibility of life. Now, scientifically speaking, possibility of life means when we scientifically work out to find that whether human life is possible somewhere or not, scientifically what exactly we are doing? We are finding the presence of these 4: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Clear? As we come to know that as hydrogen and oxygen is present, so scientifically we deduce from the data collected that might be water evidence will be there. Is clear? So, what is the objective of MOM? Finding the objectives, that is the finding the possibility of life. Second, scientifically what is the basis of finding the objectives? That is the presence of these 4 gases. Clear? Now, so technically speaking, this mission was to find about this 4. So for the same, in the orbiter, 5 scientific instruments were placed. Try to memorize also. Is clear? Objective is possibility of life. Okay. And for which we have to find this 4. So in order to find this 4, 5 scientific instruments were placed, that is collectively called as orbiter. Is clear? The first one, to find the hydrogen and its isotopes. Is clear? Very simple. Why? Because if hydrogen and its isotope is present, is found, it can be deduced that water evidence is there on Mars. Is clear? So, first instrument, what is the objectives? Hydrogen and its isotopes. Is clear? See, try to memorize with the discussion, then I will dictate to you. Is clear? Try to develop the skill to memorize the things while I will explain the lectures. Is clear? So, very simple. What is the objective of first? Hydrogen and its isotopes. Why? To find the evidence of water. So, this instrument is named as Lyman alpha photometer. Technical instrument. Okay. Now, second, to find about carbon and hydrogen presence. Carbon and hydrogen. How to find? So, a sensor placed to find for methane gas. Methane, you know, CH4. So, if say this sensor will sense for methane, what does this mean? If methane gas is present, it means carbon and hydrogen are present. Is clear? So, this instrument name is methane sensor for Mars. Is clear? Now, next instrument, to understand with the data collection, entire composition on the Mars. For example, when we say that on Earth, air on Earth constitutes of these particles, some of the particles said to be pollutant. Is clear? So, entire composition. So, Mars exospheric, that is, if this is Mars, exospheric, above the surface of Mars, entire neutral composition to be studied. Mars exospheric neutral composition analyzer. Try to just memorize in one word. Entire composition on the exosphere of Mars. Is clear? Now, you know what is spectral imaging? Spectral imaging, observation. Clear? The way we are performing spectral imaging, observation of Earth, a scientific instrument to observe Mars. You know, by the observation of Earth, we draw maps, we plan cities, exactly to perform spectral imaging in infrared. You know, spectral imaging is performed in different wavelength, infrared, visible, ultraviolet and all. So, spectral imaging in infrared to find thermal, that is temperature, and emissions, that is to observe Mars. What sort of temperature happens to be on Mars? Clear? So, thermal, infrared imaging spectrometer. We have discussed what is a spectrometer, an instrument to perform spectral imaging. Is clear? Now, the last one, Mars color camera. Simple, from the name itself is clear. To take the color picture of Mars and make it available to ISRO. Is clear? So, technically speaking, this is MOM. Orbiter consists of 5 scientific instruments with 5 objectives, and the objective of this mission is to finding the possibility of life, for which finding related to the 4 gases. Is clear?